Hi everyone. Because you enjoyed our interview, part 1 of how my 60-year-old hubby can maintain his abs year-round, we decided to film a part 2. What, you are going to be 60 really soon?
Not yet, though.
Well, a few months. So I'm going to round it up. So, yeah, we're going to go over my hubby, his workout and cheat meals and meal plan and all the stuff that I know you are interested in, and even supplementation. So let's do a little refresher. I know like we mentioned those things in part 1, which by the way.
May I say something first?
Yeah.
First, I want to tell everybody that she runs around the house singing the Barbie song all the time. Okay? She calls me Ken. It's, so just so you know the real Sarah Zaldivar, okay? So since she got her hair dyed, she's Barbie. And I did it before the movie came out. Believe me, when that movie came out, I said, okay, you know what? Unfortunately, I already have my hair dyed and I'm not gonna dye it back. So, okay, so let's get that clear and, let's start the interview now. We've gotten that out of the way.
Who wanted a Barbie?
All right, come on, let's go.
Why don't you tell him? Who wanted a Barbie?
Honey,
It was you. I didn't want it.
Honey, we're not talking about the blow-up doll, okay? All right, come on, let's start. Okay.
So why don't you refresh everybody's memory and tell them a little bit about your diet? How do you maintain abs at 60? And all that stuff.
So it all begins and ends with this. That's it. I mean, it's quite simple, really. Every time that something's hard and we don't want to do it, you have to have the willpower to do it. And if you don't have that, that's it. I mean, you're not going to accomplish anything. Begins and ends with your mind and what you set yourself to do. The most uncomfortable thing is to diet. It's horrible. It really is. I mean, for me to eat, it is. I'm complaining all the time. See, tomorrow I'm having my cookies and I'm always in a good mood, but I'm in a better mood when I'm going to have my cheat. I put my Cookie Monster song before the cookies get cooked.
Tell them about the Cookie Monster song.
Yeah. Well,
from
anyway.
Sesame Street.
Yeah, it's very funny. But so I eat salty food almost every day. Every day I eat the same thing: the egg whites, the turkey with the olives and the broccoli, and I eat that every day. And I know it's boring, but to me, it's a reward. So I eat that way so I can reward myself at the end and have my cookies. But, point being that if I'm not happy with the way that I look psychologically, I'm doing it always for me. Always for me. I tell her it's for her, but it's for me.
It's for me.
No, because if I don't feel good about the way that I look, then psychologically it's going to be bad. So I have to make that sacrifice. And when you put yourself in a position where you look a certain way, basically all your life, to let yourself go, when I talk about brain power, that would be like just, like taking a step below, and to me, I can't do that, and nobody should, really. I mean, everybody should try to do their best. I think I'm going to live longer, and by dieting and exercising regularly. And it's difficult. Nothing's going to be easy. And but once you start seeing improvements in the mirror, for everybody that has to lose a couple of pounds, that's going to be your your reward. So.
What about beautiful at every size? The body positivity movement.
The thing is not to, look, my mom has been overweight most of her life. She's 87 years old and she's lost 50 pounds. She has no reason to do that. At this age, I mean, God, I hate to say it, but how long does she have left? And yet she's doing, and I congratulate her and I'm so proud of her and I tell her all the time, she's losing weight, And I hate to say anything about people that are overweight because I have it in my family. But, I mean, see, my mom grew up in an era that it's not like the era that we have now. We have the internet. There is nothing that you can't find out. There's nothing. Exercise. Nobody needs personal trainers. Nobody needs us to be doing this interviews or even watching. I'm serious. I'm sorry about your I'm sorry about your followers, but look, the point is that everything it can be found on the internet. So if you want a certain exercise or you want to learn how to eat, it's all there. And what I'm saying is,
good for business.
my mom didn't have that. So she grew up in an era where, you know, I mean, physical exercise really wasn't the thing, you know. 40s, 50s, you know, people didn't go to the gym like they go now, and you know, but I body positivity, you know, if you're happy with the way you look, then that's it. Well, that's it. See,
right.
I have
to
be.
Don't complain, right? And don't, you know, just if you're truly happy, then you wouldn't be complaining, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that if you look at yourself in the mirror, and you know, everything in the United States is based around, I mean, you know, TV, music, everything is looks, you know, and, you know, to look at yourself and know that you could be so much better, you know, I don't know how, you know, you can look at yourself and be positive, you know, but I mean, some people are happy no matter what, and that's cool.
You can be positive about your body and love your body just the way it is, while at the same time getting healthier and fitter. And when I mean healthier, it's not just showing up to the gym; it's also addressing your food addiction, your severe food addiction. You know,
again, I'm going to argue with that addiction thing. That no, seriously, I don't look like cravings. That's just a made-up word when you feel like you want to eat something. Oh, I had a craving, so I had to go to Publix. That's ridiculous, okay? I think about my cookies. Look, you guys might think I'm obsessed, but that's my treat after 7 days. So I think about it. I'm not saying, I had a craving and I have to eat my cookies today. Craving is just a made-up word for us to say, I had a craving and I had to do it. That's it. You know, it's just a thought. And if you have brain power and strength and willpower, you're going to put that thought out of your mind until you say that, okay, this is my cheat day. And that's why cheat days are so important, you know, because on a whim, any day of the week, you know, you get up and go and you buy crap. You know, if you have a set day that you're going to eat something bad, that's cool. But eat good until you get to that date. So, you know, all that stuff with the...
So here's the thing. When I say, when my clients, or when I say we have a craving, it doesn't mean we have to act on that craving. It's just a state of mind where you really, really want something bad, right? And it feels so uncomfortable. That's what a craving is. It doesn't mean you don't have power over it. You know, I think that when people sometimes hear the word addiction or cravings, they feel like, oh, then we can't, you know, that I'm not an addict, because if I label myself as a food addict, then that means I'm done. I'm toast. There is no way I can have any control over this. And that's not what we're saying at all.
So as every person that's heavy, that's fat, that's overweight, 100 pounds, they're addicts?
Yes.
See, that word to me is a losing proposition, because everybody associates addicts with things that they can't stop. You know, a heroin addict, you know, like when you put that label on somebody, you're an addict, that makes it, in my mind, so much more difficult to lose that weight, because your fallback is, oh, hold on, I'm an addict.
Right.
I have to have it, because that's what addiction is. And that's bullshit, really. You know, you don't have to eat it, and you don't have to say you're addicted. Listen, everybody loves to eat. Who doesn't love to eat? We sleep, we make love, we eat our favorite things, right? Well, at least for her. But anyway, God, you should just, ever since I dyed my hair blonde, it's like, forget it. You know, it's like, let's go to the bedroom. Let's go to the bedroom. Okay, all right. But anyway, so my point is, where were we? Because now I'm thinking about the bedroom.
Pobrecito. Poor him. He has such a hard life. I don't know how you've been able to handle
okay,
it for 10 years.
addiction.
Yes,
you know,
addiction.
I wouldn't put addiction on it.
Honey, we're agreeing, really. It's just that the way that we say things come out differently, right? Just because you're a food addict doesn't mean anything. There's a gazillion heroin addicts that just, they've tried it or even got hooked on it and then they get sober. It's just we have this idea in our minds. Like, oh my gosh, honey. But it's fine. You know what? Let's not talk about addiction.
No. Hold on. No, I want to stay in the subject because, you know,
people don't love that, and it draws my views down. And people,
really?
Yes.
Addiction?
Yeah.
Well, then don't say it anymore. No, but what I want to say about heroin and all those things, what do we do 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day? We eat. So you can't compare that with heroin, that somebody does heroin and they're addicted to it. And, you know, they don't do it 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Well, of course they do. Yes.
Obviously, you've never done heroin.
No, I haven't.
Okay, then please don't. Your PhD is not in that, okay? But, you know, people do heroin and they, you know, unless you're a millionaire and you can just do it and not do anything, you have to function. And when you do heroin, you just, you know, you fall asleep, you're in a daze and, you know, I mean,
but
some people don't fall asleep.
The craving for heroin is literally like a few minutes. But anyway, that's not our topic of focus. Let's go back to your food. You're eating the same thing. You're eating lean meats, emphasis on lean.
Yeah.
You could have higher fat meats, but then you would have to do more cardio. You prefer not to do cardio. You hate cardio. And so you do ground turkey pretty much, and sometimes ground beef. I took the ground beef out. Yeah, but I did find something that you guys might be, you know, interested in. So I'm substituting one of my meals that I used to eat the same thing in the morning, then lunch and dinner, same thing also. So now I found these turkey sausages, only 110 calories each. 120.
Well, no, I buy the one that's 110. That's the hot one is 120. The mild is 110.
Gosh.
Which it could be, you know, I doubt that it's 110. It's probably 150, you know. But point being that they really taste good. And I mean, if anybody wants to eat that stuff, you know, like to change something that's not high in calories and no carbs, basically, it's the chicken sausages. So good. I'm gonna have some for dinner tonight. That's your new obsession. Yeah. Well, no, honey. You know what my new obsession is. Okay.
Anyway, for breakfast, we're doing eggs. How many eggs?
Well, I'm starting to boil my eggs again. I used to, I boiled them, and you know, when I used to work, and just would eat the egg whites, and then I got off of that when I retired, and I just make like 9 eggs scrambled. But now I'm boiling them again because I really love the texture. I've forgotten the texture of the egg, you know, the egg white when it's boiled, and I don't eat as much yolk when you don't do it in a pan and you mix it all up. So I make 9 eggs and I throw away like 6 yolks. So basically, you know, I'm hungrier faster, but the yolk only has 17 calories. You know, in a regular egg is like 80 calories, right? So basically 17 calories. So now you got 63 calories, which is what? 3 egg whites that you're throwing away. So it's a good way to, you know, cut the calories in the morning, but have protein, because the whites and the egg and the yolk, they have the same amount of protein, but one has 63 calories, the other one has 17. So that's a good trade-off to throw that yolk away.
And so that's breakfast. We talked about lunch, and then dinner is pretty much like lunch, right? It's the same thing.
Look, I think what we should talk about to help people, because everybody can figure out what to eat, okay? Everybody knows that if you eat pizza, you're gonna get fat. If you eat donuts, you're gonna get fat. So I think the most important thing is, how do you feel about yourself? You know, if you don't feel good about yourself or the way that you look, then do something about it. That's it. You know, you set what you're gonna do, and you know, put it on the refrigerator. Every day, cross out a good day that you eat well, and have your cheat day, and just, you know, accomplish it. There's nothing more awesome in life to accomplish than to accomplish things. So, you know, if you don't feel good, just
you have
go
the
for
power to change it.
Absolutely.
It's just that I get how difficult it can feel. It can feel like the world is falling apart. You'll get depressed initially, but just know that that's just those foods that messed up with your head, and now you took them out, those addictive foods. You took them out, and now your brain needs a while to recalibrate its dopamine and bring it back up again, so that you don't have those cravings and you don't have those temptations. But it can take like 2 weeks. The first few days are the worst, first 4 or 5 days, but then eventually once you're out of that, it gets so much easier, and then it becomes your new normal. And training really helps. With cardio really helps.
It has helped you a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. For me, that was it. It's a non-negotiable. I don't take days off my cardio. Even if I'm super tired, I'll just do a joyride. I'll run, but not like push myself. But I will get my cardio in. And I have found that really completely eliminates, like on every single day that I've ever binged in my entire life, and I have tracking sheets for years, every single day that I've ever binged, I've had no cardio on that day. 100% of the days where I've binged, I've had zero cardio on that day. So that's it. I figured it out, and now I know what to do. And I wake up. If I have an 8 a.m. client, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I get my run in, and then I see my clients, and I'm bulletproof for the rest of the day.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
He's joking.
4 a.m.
You're really bad for business.
I know the real Dr. Sarah Zaldivar, okay? 4 a.m. means she gets up at 4 a.m., but it's 1 hour on the phone, till 5 a.m.
I answer
And then
emails.
she goes to the bathroom, blah, 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 and 6 o'clock, then she starts running.
What time did I start running yesterday? Sunday. I had
Honey, that was an anomaly.
It's not an anomaly. It's
Okay.
the new me.
Well, see, that's an improvement that my wife has improved so much, and I've been telling her for, as long as we've been married, that everything begins here, the power of the mind, and your willpower. And she fought me for such a long time with the willpower, and no, it's not true, it's not true, it's not. Well, you know what? Every action, every word, every movement our brain is telling us to do that. So, tell yourself that this is what you're going to do. Honey, can we finish the interview before we, oh my God, this is what I have to go through all day long.
Now they're really going to believe you.
But, again, brain power, that my dad taught me that when I was very young, and I'm not saying that.
Well, that's why you believe in it.
Because
I do believe in it, but that's why it came easier for you.
No, it didn't come easy. Just because somebody tells you
age.
something doesn't mean that. You tell your customers, diet. Do they fall off the wagon? Do they eat bad food? But just because you tell somebody, you have to believe in it, and you and if willpower leads you to success, then that is what you need to do. I mean, look, lawyers, doctors, anybody. How long to go to school? 8 years, 10 years. That is sheer willpower. That is sheer, mental strength, that day in and day out grind of studying and doing these things. And we'll take that and apply it to your body. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just take that strength.
I have to say though, my academic, like my PhD was easy for me. Like, okay, not easy. The depression came from the fact that I was.
Is that when you would call me and tell me to get you like these giant muffins and
No, that was when I was studying.
Doing the dissertation.
Doctoral qualification exams.
Oh, Lord.
We got married. I was preparing for a bodybuilding competition, but then we got married. All the stuff, the bodybuilding competition, getting married, and the doctoral qualification exams, just 3 days of testing me on everything I've ever learned in my entire life. Very intense. It was at the same time, and so that's when I started. I was dieting, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pass this exam, and I'd call you every day, and you would get me that vanilla latte thing that was so sweet. I can't believe I ever drank that. It was disgusting.
Really?
And
it wasn't disgusting when you were sucking it down, I don't
know how. You know what it was? My palate back then. I didn't understand addictive foods, and
you were home all day. That was your only fun. Since the thing is, associating food with fun.
Yeah.
With entertainment, and I do that. I don't eat unless I'm in front of the TV. I can't. I have to, it's boring not to entertain my brain and watch something while I'm eating. But, some people just, no matter what. See, you'll have cookies in the car. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Right.
It's not appealing to me because I've associated my fun with the entertainment of watching the TV and my movies that I like, my horror movies and whatever. But you know,
yeah, you definitely have always had a lot more control. For me, it's like if I have a very strong craving, if it's in a day where I didn't do cardio and I'm about to binge, like I can't even wait. Like even in the car, I'm gonna be eating that crap until, and you know, it's
like a heroin addict.
like it isn't again.
She's shooting up in the car, but she's eating
it's
cookies.
The same thing, but it's true.
Honey, honey, you could wait if you told yourself you wanted to wait.
I could.
Yeah, you know, right? Okay then.
Yeah,
but that just.
But again, this is why people and you hate the word addiction. You think you have no control over addiction, and it's just not true.
Well, yeah. You do have control over addiction, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So we're agreeing.
But saying the word addiction to me is a losing proposition,
and I think
because
to everybody, and that's why it doesn't get views. It's like
that's the word that should be taken out of the vocabulary when you talk to people about losing weight. Hey, you know what? It's willpower.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? You want to look better. You know, you gotta. You know, when you say the dopamine drops, you know, like when they have cravings, which is not cravings, they're just thinking about food. Yeah. You know, their body is not requiring them to eat donuts. But then when they start looking better, maybe, you know, that's what makes the dopamine also rise. Yeah. So it
gets easier.
You know,
that's why it gets easier. It's just, it might be hard a little bit in the beginning, although I find that with my clients, once they do cardio, it's never hard. But once they get to a certain amount of miles that they need to get under their belt, then it's not hard. You know, that it's just about knowing how much cardio do you need. For me, it's anywhere between 6 to 8 miles a day, but I can get it done so fast because I've trained myself to be so quick, so it doesn't really take that much time. No, that
honey, 3 hours for 11 miles, really?
No,
that's fast.
But that's after COVID. I'm weak right now.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, I am very weak, and I'm building my strength back up again. You are terrible.
No, I'm honest.
This is the last.
I'm honest. Okay.
This is the last.
My gosh.
That's it. Last interview. Airing all my dirty laundry.
Well, honey.
What is this? Honey, I am not today. Like you're talking about today. It was not as fast as I know what my max is. I ran it only.
Also, honey, listen. A lot of people.
It's just like a joyride.
A lot of people hate cardio. And I despise cardio. Only if I play basketball. But I've been playing basketball since I was 14 years old, and I love playing basketball because it's fun. But running is boring. But again, like I remember saying in another interview, like the amount of calories that you lose is not that much if you just refrain from eating 2 cookies that are 250 calories each. You can save yourself half an hour of running, okay, which you're gonna lose 500 calories.
But here's the key word: if you can not eat the stuff. But
if a lot of people can't run, a lot of people don't like cardio. So you know what? I mean, it's easier to refrain from putting in your mouth than trying to. I mean, exercise when people are overweight and they've never exercised their life. Do you know what it's to get in a treadmill? Yeah. You know, and to run, it's difficult. I mean, it's.
But that's why. So with my overweight clients who have a lot of pounds to lose, the momentum and the dopamine. So momentum is really dopamine. As you build momentum, you're getting more and more dopamine in your brain. It comes from the fact that they're losing weight very easily because the more fat you have on your body, the easier you're gonna see the scale drop, and so that keeps them going. Meanwhile, we're working on getting that first mile, and then a mile and a half, and then by the time it starts to get hard for them to lose weight at the same speed, this is where they're already fit, and they can speed it up with the cardio because now they can do it, you know.
Honey, what you tell them is absolutely right, you know, but you got to see.
Finally, my first compliment. Let's see, it's at 20 minutes in.
What I'm trying to say is that everybody obviously is going to be different. Some people you can, you know, try to push them the way to lose weight by eating less. Some people you can push them to do a little bit more exercise to lose a little bit of weight, because again, you know, exercising is boring.
You don't like it because you don't do it as much. I love it, you know, and also, by the way, the amount of miles that I do that you see me when I'm doing a 16-mile day, I'm not doing that for weight loss. I'm doing that for mental strength.
How many miles?
I did 16 miles.
Honey, you can't add yesterday and today and then say it's 16 miles, okay?
What do you mean? What do you mean you can't add?
You did 16 miles today?
No, not today, before COVID. The day before COVID. It wiped me out. So, and the reason I did that on that day is simply to see how much I can push myself mentally and physically. What's so
No, but that's true. Pushing yourself mentally is how you get to those 16 miles. Like saying, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna stop now. Like when I just went running. I went running yesterday here in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It is grueling. And running on the street is like 1,000 times harder than running on a treadmill with air conditioning and everything. It's just,
I'm really happy you're back to running. I feel like it's just, you gotta keep a certain level of cardio. I mean, you never really completely eliminate cardio, but I'm glad that you're going back and doing it every day now.
Well, that's nice.
I'm
so lucky that you're happy.
Are you making fun of me on my YouTube channel?
So let's get back to the interview, honey. People don't want this, So what's the next question, my love?
So, okay, there are some questions from the first YouTube video. Let me see.
I thought this is the third video. You said this is the second video.
Well,
this is the third one.
Fitness-themed video.
Right.
Yeah, so, okay, we did one fitness
one. We did one of infidelity, didn't we? Oh, that one was better. That was better than this.
Yeah, but it didn't get as many views.
Really?
Yeah, barely.
Wow.
They want to cheat. The people want to cheat. They don't care about, well, I don't know. If you want another one, we can do another relationship theme.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like fitness is just like, you look so amazing that people want to know exactly what you're doing, and it's, it's an attention
grabber.
Look,
I just want to tell everybody, anybody can do it. Anybody. I'm not special. Well, she tells me I'm special.
You are
I'm
special.
not. What I'm saying is that, look, if I can be in a couple of months 60 years old and be fit and trim, and if you're only 20s or 30s, 40s, 50s, you have a great advantage because you're a lot younger to be able to do these things. Look, have pride in the way that you look. I can just say that, and maybe a lot of people are going to say, well, who does he think he is or whatever, but you have to have pride in the way that you look. Look, I mean, we only have one life. It's about this long in this earth. It's a blink of an eye. I mean, why not try to be as fittest, looking the best that you can for yourself? Because nobody can tell me that when they see themselves and they're not, the way they want to look, they're like super happy. Right. So, make the sacrifice.
Not to mention the health issues. I mean, your health is everything. I mean, we just did COVID, and it was.
What do you say did? We got COVID. It was.
Well, you got it, and you gave it to me.
Okay.
Let's be technical.
Okay, we got COVID, and that's after. I mean, how long did the COVID came out in middle of 2020?
We haven't been sick in a decade, right? And then COVID obviously is something very new to our systems. At some point, we were bound to pick it up.
We got that strong COVID because that thing was ridiculous. I never even got a fever, but I got a sore throat that I could not. I mean, sleep for 2 nights because I couldn't swallow. That was the worst thing I've ever had in my life, that sore throat. But it affected us. It wasn't.
It did.
Yeah.
But compared to what other people went through, I mean, we literally just took Tylenol.
Okay, so take me and take you.
Yeah.
We're pretty fit.
Yeah.
You take somebody that's 100 pounds overweight.
Right.
And then it's going to affect them 1,000 times worse.
There's a good chance they might not make it through if you're 100 pounds overweight, you know. But for me, like we didn't even worry. We knew it was gonna be fine, I really only had 1 day of chills and fever, and it wasn't even the worst chills and fever that I ever got in my entire life, So your health, that's why you want to make sure you're getting fitter and healthier, because I mean, one little thing that goes wrong, one little medical condition can just really destroy your relationships, if you've ever gone through any kind of health scare, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't take much to really affect so many areas of your life. And so why not protect our health with everything that we've got?
That is true.
And you just do the work initially, and then it becomes something you enjoy. It becomes a habit. It's no longer that difficult. And that's what this is the thing. People are crushed with the feeling of how difficult it is at the beginning. They can no longer see the future, that it's going to get easier, that it's going to become a habit, it's going to become routine. So that's when they stop and they give up, Yeah,
I agree, but again, making it a habit is the single most important thing, good habits.
Yeah.
Break the bad habits, get new habits that are good for your health. But I mean, all that, what are habits? Everything, it begins here in the brain, everything that we tell ourselves. So, you got to fortify your mind. You got to think, and you got to tell yourself that you can do it. It can't be my wife telling somebody, well, you can do it, you can do it. You got to believe that you can do it, because, she can't be there 24/7, in the house and when you go to the refrigerator. So you got to believe that you can do it. You have to have that self-confidence that you can, accomplish whatever your goal might be. And again, I suggest to people all the time, take pictures. Take pictures of your body, not every day, once a week, because you're seeing yourself gradually lose weight, and you're not going to think that you're losing weight. Somebody might tell you in a month, wow, you lost a couple of pounds, you look great. But you don't see that because it's every day. So take pictures so you can document that, and you can see yourself as you get trimmer and trimmer. Remember in 2014 when I took that picture of me, before I had abs, and then, I mean, I had maybe 2 up here, but barely you could see them.
Yeah.
And, that's crazy to go back and look at that, and say that that's the way that I was. I was never fat.
And you thought you're like, and you were fit, but like.
No, I was fit, but, having abs is very difficult. It's not an easy thing. So, again, take pictures, give yourself that confidence, document these things so you can see your progress, always take steps forward, because it's so hard to go forward, but one bad meal or one bad day or 2 bad days, you could go back 4 steps, which is so difficult to, to get there, to keep going forward and forward. Give yourself a cheat. Give yourself one day that you eat something good that you like. So then you're right back again to eating right until you give yourself that next cheat.
The only caveat I would say here is that for some people, when they have a cheat, it might create more cravings. So just be aware of that, especially if your workouts aren't solid enough, because your workouts can buffer the effects of a cheat meal, So if your workouts aren't there and you're sedentary, I would not recommend that for you. But if you're an athlete, then that's different.
But honey, it's so difficult to not have something sweet. I mean, salty, every day, salty.
Right.
Like you gotta give yourself something.
I see that a lot, especially within some of my clients, because a lot of my clients come from the carnivore community, and there's this idea in the carnivore community, gotta be perfect. Nothing but meat. Is the moment you eat anything bad, you relapse, and then it's this all or nothing mentality. I know I went through that as well.
That's not good.
It triggers binges
worse
than you would ever have, exposed yourself to had you allowed yourself a little bit of flexibility. So, I understand if you have an autoimmune condition or if you have a certain solid reason for why you cannot literally touch anything else, I get that. But if you're watching this just for abs and health in general and, cutting down on body fat to be healthier and have better fitness, then, it's fine to have, like, for example, sweet potatoes, right?
Yeah, I'm going to incorporate that tomorrow into my cheat, as opposed to a whole bag of Simply Naked chips time. Oh my God. Those things are so good.
Right.
But again, I eat good, so I eat healthy, so I can give myself that day. So I really don't feel bad when I eat like a pig, because that's exactly what I do. I sit there and I watch movies all day and just eat and eat.
True story.
And so.
And you watch movie after movie after movie. Isn't it amazing you can do that now after your back has healed from not eating spinach?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is, I'm always amazed that, that I was eating something for 15 years that I considered having back surgery, that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And that I took one thing out of my diet without even knowing, that was the culprit, until I started eating it again like 2 years later. And my wife said, okay, what are you doing different? I'm eating spinach. Oh, well, that's it. That was it causing inflammation in my bulging disc, and it was horrible. I couldn't lay down for 7 hours, okay? Like, before I had this horrible back pain, I'd have to put pillows under my back and everything. Now I can lay there for 8 hours, then go to bed for another 8 hours, and I have zero pain. it just improved my life so immensely. You know, just that one thing that I took out of my diet that I didn't know.
Yeah. I will post a link to the video that I filmed specifically on that. Aquaporins is the type of chemical, which is a plant self-defense chemical found in spinach, that causes inflammation, and in your case, it caused a severe low back pain. So I'm going to post it in the description box below. You can check it out to understand. It's just like 10 minutes long, so you understand how that could happen.
Yeah, another thing, don't go buy food when you're hungry. Even me, that I've been, eating well, all my life, don't go shopping for food. Just right here. I mean, it happens to everybody. I've been,
what do you mean right here?
Well, the other day you were hungry and you went and bought cake and all that stuff.
No. I bought sweet potatoes.
No, a while ago, honey. I remember you were very hungry and then you came back with a bunch of stuff and we talked about how, well, listen,
that's because I had COVID. That was probably because
I've done it, and everybody's done it.
You're terrible for business. Oh my God.
Look, but you have to be real with people. You can't, look, nobody's perfect. Nobody is like, look. If
my clients know, I tell them.
If you don't tell people that you're fallible, then that's ridiculous, because everybody's fallible. Everybody can make mistakes. I've had cookies 3 days in a row when I go on vacation. We go to Daytona Beach, in this beautiful, high-rise hotel, and I have cookies every day, for 3 days in a row, and then I got to diet for 2 weeks. But, everybody can make mistakes, but, if you kind of can anticipate and say, you know what, I'm not going to go to Publix when I'm really starving. Have a boiled egg, make some eggs. We'll do something quick, and then go shopping. So maybe you don't put bad stuff into your cart.
Very good tip, baby.
Well, this is a true one. Right. And especially when it happens to you, that from your own experience, then it's easier to tell people because it's genuine.
Right. And when you're doing the work, and it's easy to tell other people how to do something you're so experienced and so good at, right?
Yeah. Again, willpower. That's it. Want something bad enough, you have to make sacrifices. Right. When I start my day, I do the thing that I like the least first, and then I work my way until the thing that I like the most. Because that's it. That's the way my brain goes. I have to get those things out of the way that I like the least. So Okay,
I think this is good. If people like it, then we'll do a part 3, and then
aren't I supposed to get paid for something like this?
You do get paid.
Oh.
Although now that I say it, I feel like I'm the one who should get paid. No, but I do get paid too. By the way, next year is our 10-year anniversary. Look how pretty. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you like more of this, give us more questions. Some of the questions that I can see here. Maybe we'll do a part 3 anyway, because I still have questions that we have.
Hey, but those questions like from 8 months ago when we did the last one. So who's it?
Still, we'll see what are some of the common questions that keep coming up, and then we can answer them for you.
Love yourself. You have to love yourself.
That came out of nowhere.
No, but listen, if you love yourself, you don't let yourself, turn into this thing.
Right.
You don't let yourself.
Right.
And
well,
when your
that's
skin,
body positivity.
when
right?
your skin gets so expanded, and then you want to lose weight.
Right.
I mean, what does fat do to your skin? It rips it apart. It rips it. It looks terrible.
Right.
So when people are 350 pounds, say, okay, I'm going to lose weight. Why didn't you start losing weight before you got to 350? Just love yourself, okay? Look at yourself in the mirror and think, you know what? I can be better. I can be better.
Yeah.
She's fine. Okay.
You're sleeping on the couch
we can all improve,
for 2 weeks.
We can all improve ourselves, but, taking care of your body and loving yourself is very important, because that not only is you're going to look better, but it builds self-confidence. Everything that's positive is going to come out of you getting to the point
Right.
that you look
Right.
the way that you want
Right.
to look.
And then you'll have more energy. You won't take
That's true.
days off. You won't be short-tempered.
And don't drink alcohol. You drink
Oh, that's a good
alcohol.
one.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the amount of calories. I drank seriously for 30 years of my life. Seriously, every weekend I was a weekend drinker, and I drank a lot. And I don't mean, I was falling or drunk, but the amount of calories, the amount of calories that alcohol has, it blew my mind. I had no idea. You have half a bottle of rum, and what is it, like 1,500
insanity.
calories,
What's the worst is the day after when you would order a pizza.
Yeah,
and
because
it's
you
like-
want to eat. You don't want to eat a salad the day after. No, you want to eat like carbs.
Yeah.
Your body is actually
Yeah.
asking you for carbs
Yeah.
when you have a hangover.
Right.
So take alcohol completely out of you have to take it out of your daily living, or even the weekends. Because that's
but then
taking
that ties
steps
into
backwards.
wanting to have friends all the time, and it's like, and then it's nothing about fitness is convenient. Just
Listen,
so
you're
know.
cooler if everybody says, "Oh, let's drink," and you're like, "You know what? No,
Right.
I'm strong here,
Right.
and I'm not going to have a drink because I said that I wasn't going to have a drink." And if you follow what everybody else does, then it's going to be very difficult to accomplish your goals and your tasks.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with fitness, particularly with fitness, it's the thing is when you're having the clients that fare the worst with me are always the ones that tell me, oh, I have a very active social life. That's it. I know they're never going to accomplish their goal, and I can see them years later on their Instagram. They're still the same way. Still, you will never accomplish your goals. I mean, you could if you make a point of it. If you are somebody like you really need to network because you are so well known, or like you have this massive business, the people that you're going to network with anyway, they're going to be at that same level. They're also going to
Probably not going to be drinkers.
They're not going to be drinkers.
They could be, but like
Very
one
rare.
drink or
Yeah. You're more. They'll understand that you have high standards for yourself, and they're not going to be threatened by it. But where you're at right now, unless you own a multi-million-dollar business or you're a CEO, or most of the people again that I coach and that tend to want to be surrounded by people all the time, it's
look. By
in.
not drinking and not going to eat out, which we never do, we have cut our social life 90%. I mean, we have to think, okay, are we going to go to Disney again? Are we going to go to Busch Gardens again? Are we going to go to the beach again? Because take restaurants and bars out of a social life, and you've taken like everything.
It's true.
But then you have happiness in your body and all that stuff. You can't eat out. Even if you eat salads, they put all kinds of stuff in there, and it's not worth it. Make yourself your salad at home. Why pay $15 for a salad when you can make it for $3?
Right.
So,
And you can always, worst comes, if you're the kind of person who's like, no way, I need my friends, they understand, they support me, fantastic, you can go out.
Maybe you need new friends,
or maybe make new friends,
Healthy
right?
friends from the gym.
Yes, exactly.
It's
I was
true.
just having that whole discussion with my client today, and it clicked for him, and I'm so happy about that. You can always order a piece of chicken breast. Don't go with the ribeyes if you want to get abs. You're never going to get to abs with the ribeyes unless you're training hard. And if you don't want to train hard and do a lot of cardio like my hubby here, then you can't do a ribeye. Like, calories still matter, it's wild to me to even, I have to defend this. You have no idea how many people actually started to believe you don't even have to count calories, especially in the carnivore community. It just blows my mind.
I don't count calories, but I know that I'm eating very little calories because I do it every day.
You eat the same thing. We've counted your calories.
Yeah.
You know that you're in a caloric deficit. And most importantly, you weigh yourself every day. That's a good thing. Fasted scale weight every single day. You know what's going on if you introduce a new food, what's happening, and then
Honey, the only reason why I weigh myself every day now is because I want to get to a certain weight so I can have my cookies. That is the only reason. Okay? That's right. We're making them tonight, right?
I'm making his cookies too.
Yes. They're so good. I wish you guys could taste them. They're so good. Oh my God, white chocolate with cranberries and I put, like almond extract in there. It is.
It's actually from my cookbook, Keto Cookbook. It's a keto dessert cookbook on Amazon. You can get it as a Kindle. It's like really, it's like $4, $5, $6. I can't remember. I haven't looked at it in forever, but I'll post it in the description box below if you're interested. And that's how you were like, wait a second, because I had that recipe in there, and then you were like, wait a second, what if I get these Lily's chocolate chips and stuff them in the keto cookies, and it worked. So it made you happy, because before that all you ate was like an insane amount of carbohydrates on your cheese. It was crazy.
Yeah. I remember.
Right?
I remember. It was all carbs. I mean,
what
yeah.
is it that you liked? Apple fritters.
Oh, apple fritters. But you know what? I haven't had apple fritters like since I started having my cookie.
Yeah.
I haven't had any other cheats. Just that.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm a like, I would say creature. I was gonna say a monster of habits, because when I create a habit, okay, I create a habit. You know, like I continue to do it. I don't stop doing it because I know it's beneficial for me. You know, and so you have to create good habits.
You used to have apple fritters
Oh,
and
honey, the 20
cookies.
The 20 cookies that were flour. They don't taste half as good as these cookies that you make for me. Yeah, you make for me.
Make for you.
She makes them for me.
I toil and I suffer.
See, right, exactly. See, this is why she has to make me the cookies, okay?
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I can
No,
fix it.
you clean and you cook for yourself.
Well,
see, we're not the typical married couple. I don't want a woman to be cooking for me. You don't know. You clean what you gotta clean. I clean what I got. I make my own food.
Yeah.
I need to be on par with a woman. I can't have a woman cleaning and doing everything, because then I start looking down at the way she is and thinking she's.
Down, honey.
No. But you know what I'm talking about. I've told you about my past relationships. The moment that I start looking, you know, like, oh, intellectually this person, you know, whatever. That's the end of that. No, but that's another video thing, honey. We're starting to get into relationships.
Oh, okay. All right, I think this is good. Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you're interested in my group coaching, the details are going to be at the end of this interview. And other than that, is there anything you want to add?
No, Barbie.
I can.
God, that movie killed us. I swear to God, that movie killed me. You did it after the movie.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
Oh, I don't care either, but it's just, wow. I mean, I've never dyed my hair blonde, and the moment that I do it, a Ken movie comes out. Wow.
Well, maybe they saw you and decided to make the movie.
Ryan Gosling, I'm sure he thought, you know, he's a better looking guy than I am. I think I want to do, you know, hair like him.
Alrighty, thank you, everybody. I hope you had fun and learned a few things, or just, I don't know, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I always save them. I have a file, and then as they pile up and I see similar themes, we can do another one. Wow. Thank you so much.
It's time to eat.
We've got content we got to put out, honey. Now I have to edit that out.
No, why? Well, honey, I'm real, okay?
All right.
If I have to yawn, I will yawn. How am I going to hold it?
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.